Someone says, why are you talking about how to believe God for more? And this is what the Lord really put in my heart. What the Lord put in my heart was very simple. Whatever you put in front of people, just like He showed Jacob, is exactly what they will produce. If people keep hearing news of contraction, news of scarcity, news of losses, news of death, they will produce contraction, they will produce scarcity, they will produce death and losses. But if you can put in front of them a picture of expansion, of increase, then they will produce exactly after what they see. Let's turn into Luke chapter 5 in verse 4 to 6. Luke chapter 5 in verse 4. Luke chapter 5 verse 4. This is the story where Jesus Christ had used the boat of Peter, and they came to Peter. Peter had fished all night and caught nothing. And the reason why this is symbolic is this. Some of you during this season, you've done a lot of business and nothing has happened. It seems as if you're losing more money. You've spent your savings. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people are not. Some people are just scared of what the financial future holds. So they are hurting and saving. And I understand that. No parents want to ever be in a situation where your children says, "Daddy, school fees," and there's no money to pay school fees. Nobody ever wants to be in a situation where you go to the hospital and you're not able to pay hospital bill, and because of that, a family member gets into trouble. So everybody is just very careful about finances at the season, and I understand that. And see what the Bible says. And Peter said, nevertheless, it doesn't make sense to me, but just because I trust a little. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. Now that's what I'm going to. Jesus Christ said, let down the nets. Peter said, I will let down the nets. The next line, the Bible says, and when he had done this, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net broke. Listen to me. Listen. One, it's true that the logical reasoning of Peter became an enemy of the supernatural manifestation. I understand that. But what surprised me was this, that your thinking can put a limit on your faith. Your thinking can put a limit on your faith. Jesus Christ said, let down the nets. Peter said, I will let down the net. The reason why Peter said, I will let down the net, was the way he thought about it. I'm saying this to you just for a reason. One of the things that would hinder your financial growth is how you think. That's what I'm saying to you. One of the things that will hinder your financial growth is how you think. As a matter of fact, your income is going to grow and stop at your mental capacity. So if our finance is going to change, our thinking must change. Let me give you a good example. Statistics says this, that most people that win lottery, when they win lottery, Baba Jebu, all the lottery, when they win all the lottery, guess what? After about 2 or 3 years, max 5 years, they go back to the poverty they had before, to the level of what they had before. Meaning that if all they had to their name before was $1,000 and they won $5 million, after about 3 years, they will go back to the level of what? $1,000. You know why? Whatever money they make, they cannot keep because their mind cannot keep it. That is huge. And that's why, have you noticed, some of you help your relatives, your friends, your cousins, you give them money from time to time, and you're surprised and annoyed when they come back to you and they say they want more. It's not their fault. You don't change a man's state by giving him money. You change a man's state by changing his mind. If you want to change a man's state, you change it by changing his mind. So when people are poor, see, physical poverty is an expression of internal poverty and scarcity thinking. Of course, I'm going to put a caveat here. There are people that their poverty is, it's a function of factors. They're imprisoned. People are marginalized. They're in war zones and they can't do anything. I'm not going to speak down on them. I respect them. So what's scarcity mentality like? I will explain what scarcity mentality is to you. Number one, this is how it manifests. When people have scarcity mentality, they believe that life happens to me.